Frequent consumption of processed and red meats has been strongly associated with an increased risk of colorectal cancer, one of the most preventable yet prevalent cancers worldwide. The concern does not arise merely from the fat content of these meats, but from the chemical compounds formed during processing and high-temperature cooking. Processed meats such as bacon, sausages, hot dogs, ham, and deli meats often contain nitrates and nitrites that can form carcinogenic N-nitroso compounds in the digestive tract. Red meats, including beef, pork, and lamb, when grilled, fried, or roasted at high heat, can produce heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, both of which can damage DNA in colon cells. Over time, these molecular injuries accumulate, leading to mutations that can initiate the growth of cancerous cells. In addition, high intake of animal protein and saturated fat may alter gut microbiota in ways that increase inflammation and bile acid production, factors further implicated in colon tumor formation. Yet, while this warning is serious, it also opens the door to powerful prevention strategies. Diet is one of the most modifiable cancer risk factors, and even modest changes can shift the body's internal chemistry toward protection rather than harm. One of the most effective dietary approaches to lowering colorectal cancer risk is replacing some portions of processed or red meat with legumes such as lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans, and peas. These plant-based proteins are rich in fiber, resistant starch, and a spectrum of phytonutrients that nourish gut bacteria and support a healthy intestinal lining. Fiber, in particular, is essential. It not only promotes regular bowel movements, but also acts as a natural detoxifier, binding to carcinogens in the digestive tract and helping eliminate them before they can damage cells. Legumes also provide prebiotics, the natural fuel for beneficial gut microbes. When these microbes ferment fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids such as butyrate, which serve as an energy source for colon cells and have direct anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. Butyrate helps regulate cell growth and apoptosis, the natural death of damaged cells, preventing abnormal cell accumulation that can lead to cancer. This biological symbiosis between dietary fiber and gut bacteria exemplifies how deeply nutrition can influence cellular and genetic stability in the colon. Studies consistently show that diets high in legumes are associated with lower rates of colorectal cancer, as well as improved metabolic and immune health. Replacing meat with legumes does not mean sacrificing flavor or satisfaction. Lentils can easily substitute ground beef in soups, stews, tacos, and pasta sauces. Chickpeas make excellent bases for curries, hummus, or roasted snacks, and black beans or kidney beans can enrich salads, rice dishes, or burritos. These plant proteins provide sustained energy and satiety while reducing the intake of harmful compounds found in processed meats. A gradual transition, such as making meatless meals 2 or 3 days a week, can yield measurable benefits over time, not only lowering cancer risk, but also improving cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and digestive health. Beyond legumes, a diverse plant-based diet amplifies the colon's natural defense mechanisms. Whole grains, fruits, and vegetables supply antioxidants like vitamin C, E, and polyphenol that neutralize free radicals and repair oxidative damage to DNA. Cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli and kale, enhance the liver's detoxification enzymes, helping clear carcinogens more efficiently. Even small servings of garlic, onions, and herbs such as turmeric and rosemary contribute protective phytochemicals that reduce inflammation and modulate cancer-related pathways. Pairing these foods with healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, or seeds enhances the absorption of fat-soluble antioxidants and supports overall intestinal integrity. Cooking techniques also make a significant difference. Instead of grilling or frying meat at high temperatures, opt for baking, steaming, or slow cooking, which reduces the formation of HCAs and PAHs. Marinating meat in lemon juice, vinegar, or herbs before cooking can further minimize harmful compounds while adding flavor. Portion control is another practical step, limiting red meat to small servings once or twice a week, ideally less than 350 to 500 grams per week as recommended by the World Cancer Research Fund, helps maintain balance without total elimination. Combining small amounts of lean, unprocessed meats with a larger proportion of vegetables and legumes creates meals that are both satisfying and cancer protective. Incorporating physical activity into daily life further enhances colon health by stimulating intestinal motility, reducing insulin resistance, and strengthening immune surveillance against abnormal cells. Even moderate exercise such as brisk walking, cycling, or gardening for at least 30 minutes a day has measurable protective effects. Maintaining a healthy body weight is equally important, as obesity increases systemic inflammation and promotes hormonal and metabolic conditions that encourage tumor growth. Hydration, often overlooked, also supports colon function. Drinking enough water helps fiber work effectively, keeps digestion smooth, and prevents the buildup of harmful waste in the intestines. Alcohol and smoking are additional modifiable risk factors. Alcohol consumption, especially in combination with processed meat intake, increases the risk of colorectal cancer by promoting oxidative stress and damaging DNA repair systems. Limiting or avoiding alcohol altogether provides another layer of protection. Likewise, quitting smoking improves circulation to digestive tissues and reduces exposure to carcinogenic compounds that affect not only the lungs, but also the entire gastrointestinal tract. The positive outlook is clear. Colorectal cancer is one of the cancers most strongly influenced by diet and lifestyle, meaning prevention is truly within reach. Transitioning from an animal-dominant diet to a plant-forward one rich in legumes, vegetables, and whole grains is not merely a dietary change. It is a biological reset for the colon and the microbiome that supports it. Each plant-based meal helps the gut environment become less inflammatory, more balanced, and better equipped to resist carcinogenic damage. Over time, the colon transforms from a passive organ vulnerable to harmful compounds into an active participant in its own defense. This is not about strict vegetarianism or dietary rigidity. It's about proportion, awareness, and consistency. The goal is to replace what harms with what heals, to let the colon thrive on foods designed by nature to cleanse, repair, and protect. Choosing lentils instead of sausage or chickpeas instead of processed ham is more than a nutritional preference. It is an act of long-term self-preservation. With each meal that leans toward plants and away from processed meats, the body takes one step closer to resilience, where energy, metabolism, and cellular health align in harmony, reducing cancer risk and fostering vitality from the inside out.